Hello everybody and welcome back to another Saturday rebuild. This time we're going to go over to Holland. We're going to try and rebuild Ajax. We know they've lost quite a few players and probably more are on their way out as well. We're using a database that can be found in the FM Scout. I think it's by Notorious. An update on all the transfers, what have you, up until the 20th of July. Ajax, again, another one of them teams heaped in history. They have won the Champions Cup in the 4 times, 3 times in the 1970s, 71, 2 and 3, and the last time in 1995. They've also won the Cup Winners' Cup as was in 1987 and also the Euro Cup in 92 as well. They've also won the European Super Cup in 73 and 95 and boasting 36 Eredivisie titles along the way, the last one being in 2021. In fact, they've won it 3 times on the bounce currently. They've won the Intercontinental Cup in 72 and 95 and also won the Dutch Cup an incredible 20 times with the Johan Cruyff Charles as well, and further 9 times in that as well. So I've looked some of the transfers that have gone ahead. So everything that's happened on the 1st of July are the current ones that have happened this summer, I believe, with all the others happening in 2021. So we are starting in 2021, unfortunately. A majority of the transfers happened in the summer are showing, at least up until the 20th of July. So they do bring in a couple of players. Bassi for 230,000 from Rangers. Bergwijn as well from Feyenoord, one of the rivals, 5.5 million. Bergwijn from Tottenham, 27. And Gorta from Go Ahead Eagles. And a couple of other players. One for undisclosed, Algos as well from Sparta Rotterdam. And out the door go Lucino Traore, Noah Lang. Lisandro Martinez has gone to United. Yeah, we know that was a lot more money than that. So some of these figures are not speaking really true. Pereira has gone to Feyenoord. Payok has got Kotarski. Quentin Timber. Don't think it's the Timber that we have currently at the back. But Quentin, a 22-year-old, he's gone out as well to Utrecht. And a couple, Brobby's gone to Leipzig. I thought they bought Brobby. Maybe we were looking at Brobby, maybe. Reziga as well, Vitesse. Steven van der Sloot has gone to Schalke. We've got Bowman, gone to Zwolle. And a couple. There's a lot of transfers here. Holla, that transfer has been made to Borussia Dortmund. Inter have got Onana. And Marin has got Calgary as well. So we're going to try and stop people leaving and try and bring some people in at the same time. So what squad have they got? So if we look at the better players that they have got, they've got Tadic, Daley Blind as well, 31 years old, looking really good as well. Tagliafico, I know he's rumoured to be on the lookout at Brighton and Barcelona currently. Bergwijn, we've got Clarson. Anthony still with Ajax. United are looking at him. I think it's rumoured that £100 million is in their offering, but I don't think he's going to go in this 21-22, 22-23 season, possibly the following season. So we'll keep an eye out, see if anybody comes shouting. But also Newcastle, Chelsea and Arsenal are looking at him as well. You've got Alvarez, Yurin Timber as well, another player that United are looking at, and a couple of other teams as well. Bergwijn has come in. Wrench. He looks pretty good, doesn't he? Very good potential as well. 18 years old, right back. Wow, 18 years old. He looks stunning. He is from the academy as well. Excellent stuff. We'll have a look at the academy in just a second. But that is the team. If you want to pause it, have a quick look. We'll try and sign a few players. I know that at the moment there are rumoured to be looking for a striker. Luca, Braithwaite and Memphis. So we'll try and obtain one of them this window as we have got £30 million to spend. Looking at the B team, let's have a quick look. Is there anybody that can actually come straight in? I mean, there's this guy here, Keek Prairie as well. Thought they've only just brought him in, actually, have they not? From 20. Loaned him in, okay. Oh, he was out on loan. They have got some good potential. This one here, Regia as well, 17 years old, very high potential. A DM no less, and looks really good actually stats wise, so maybe we might look at him in about a season or two. Looking at the under 18s then, let's have a quick look. I mean, again, look at the potential of some of these players. The club vision, they want to play attacking football, develop players using the club's youth system, play entertaining football, and do not sign any players over the age of 28. So we might have a chance then. Luca, I think he's a wonder kid striker, I believe. I think we've had him in a previous rebuild, and I was very, very impressed with. Memphis Depay, always look to bring more experience coming in as well. Maintain the club's status as the most reputable team in Holland. Work within the wage budget. Excellent, we can do that, I think. And Champions Cup, be competitive. Win the Eredivisie again. Super Cup, not important. Develop the best youth system in the country. So we'll go and try and spend some of this money. Try and replace some of the players that we have actually lost. And we'll come straight back before we start the first season. Right then, just the one transfer to talk about. We looked at the squad and we had no strikers. Very, very odd. We were looking at Luca. Luca didn't want to come to us at all, so that's unfortunate. Braithwaite and Memphis, we were just priced out of it, really. Maybe in a season or two we might be able to pick them up. But for now, we can't. But instead, we've gone for Raspadori. We pick him up, Sassuolo. Played in the youth team already. Had one game there to gain some fitness. That looks pretty decent. And then already this season, he started off quite well. £27 million it's cost us. 3 games, 5 goals, 1 assist, 1 player of the match. What can I say? Absolutely superb. And looking at them stats, he's very, very quick. Quite good finishing as well. Great off the ball and flair. He's good at penalty taking, which is always what you want to see. He is best out on the left, but we are playing him up front. He likes to play as a false nine, but we're playing him as an advanced forward. This is on the basis that we get another striker in a season or two. But if he does well, at 21 years old, he could be a permanent fixture or he might be moved on. £99 million, someone coming in for that. We will gladly take that money off their hands. So the formation we're going to be going with is slightly different to one I've used before. We're not going to use 2 midfielders. We are going to have one holding back, and that is generally Daley Blind. He likes to carry the ball from the defence up through the middle, and we've also got a player that can play as box to box as well, obviously hopefully to pass to him and he can move along. So all the time there'll be one person back. Tadic, we're playing him in the middle. I don't want him playing on either side, so that will make room for Anthony or Bergwiz or Bergwijn or anybody else that wants to play, and Raspadori is going to be up front. And saying that, the formation's worked okay. Pre-season then, we do smash everybody else, but we do play Cologne and Leicester, and we lose out 1-0. 75th minute against Leicester and 15th minute against Cologne as well. But the Super Cup, which I think is the Johan Cruyff Cup, is it? We do play PSV, and we beat them 2-0. Alvarez and Clarson will watch these goals as well. We were quite dominant in the game, which is also nice, especially against our rivals. And Bergwiz is on the other side and passes it into Tagliafico, which the ball gets passed around quite a lot. And Daley Blind with a lovely cross over to Clarson, who's left on his own right in the box. I mean, there was a call for a offside, but not to be. And Alvarez with a lovely header from Bergwiz. Free kick as well. So we generally played very, very well in that game. 1.36 to 0.67. That's how we want to be playing it. Or start off with, we get a trophy straight away. We beat NEC 5-0 with Raspadori getting 4 goals. And Anthony with the other one, nice to see. And FC20 1-1 away from home. Disappointing in the 92nd minute equaliser. But Vitesse, we win 2-0 comfortably. Bergwiz and Raspadori once more. That does see us second in the table. Feyenoord in 5th. PSV in 12th position. FC20, you can see right down at the bottom, so it's always a case of drawing teams you don't expect. We have drawn Man City, Juventus and Club Brugge. I don't really know where we're going to be going with this. We could end up in the UEFA. That's probably where I'm expecting to finish. I doubt very much we'll get anything out of the top 2 teams, but Club Brugge, I would expect us to win at least one of them games. We are 1 to 2 favourites to win the league from PSV and Feyenoord, so at the moment we're doing a lot better than they are, so that's a good sign for us. And have we got majority of the players in here? We've got Alvarez, Blind, Clarson, Tadic, Bergwiz and Raskin. Yeah, we've got quite a lot of players in this Dream 11, which I've never usually have to start off with, but it's very nice to see that happen. Timber's not in there, which is quite surprising. So let's simulate Season 1. Let's see if we can go ahead and win this Eredivisie for a 4th time in the bounce, and hopefully we can represent Holland well in the Champions League. Not a bad start to this rebuild, and we win the league for a 4th time in a row. Granted, it's only by 1 point, but it is a win all the same. 25 wins, 4 draws, 5 losses against 20 PSV, Uchrei, William and Valavic, I think is who they are. Quite surprising defeats, though, to be fair, especially the 3-0 loss, though. PSV finished in 3rd position, Canberra in 4th, which I think we beat them quite heavily, 6-2, which suggests we didn't beat them again after that. That's again surprising. But Raspadori does lead the goal scoring in the league. Anthony and Tadic with the most chances created as well. We do score 83 goals, only concede 28, which isn't too bad, the 2nd least in the league. And apparently we are 12 games without losing. So how does that fare with the rest of the competitions? Well, in the Champions League, we get to the first knockout round. So that's quite good. We'll have a look at how we fared in that. But we don't get knocked out early, apart from Dortmund, which was eventually won by Manchester City. Finished runners-up in the Dutch Cup, and there's confirmation of the win in the Super Cup, though. So a domestic double, then, I would say. I would have liked to have won the Dutch Cup, though, but Feyenoord getting the better of us in there. So we have a good start in the Eredivisie. I mean, Canberra 6-2, 7-3 against Fortuna. Some big scores going in there as well. Tadic with a hat-trick. Raspadori getting a goal as well. What about the 6-2? Tadic again with a brace, Raspadori with another goal. So he's not scored too many goals, but he must have got warming up, though, should we say. We don't lose our first game until late November, which we lose 2-1. Go ahead, Eagles. That's a great name, that is. Sparta Rotterdam, we beat 1-0. 5-2 against AZ. Then we have a very bad couple of months. December, January, where we only gained 2 wins, but 3 defeats. Very disappointing in that respect, especially to PSV also. 5-0 against Heracles, losing to FC20. And that was it after that. That was our last defeat mid-February. And then the next few months we go undefeated. And a nice bit of run as well for the last couple of months. So, but a lot of goals being scored, though. And Feyenoord, we beat 4-1 there. So the Dutch Cup, we get all the way to the final, losing 1-0 to Feyenoord then. But along the way, GVVV 6-0, 5-1 against FC Eindhoven. PSV win 2-0, 5-3 against Go Ahead Eagles in the semi-finals. And Feyenoord, yeah, disappointing we lost that one. After 11 minutes, we couldn't find our way back into the game, though. So Champions League, we did get a couple of wins in the group stages. Then Club Brugge we beat, and Juventus we beat at home as well, which is quite good. Man City we get hammered 5-2 though, and 3-1. We do lose to Juventus as well, but Club Brugge we beat twice. I mean, we did lose significantly against Dortmund, though, to be fair. We got absolutely battered. Juventus finished bottom. Wow. We finished on 9 points. Juventus losing 4 games, twice to Club Brugge, actually. So the squad, how did we all fare? So first of all, appearances is Oli Stekelenburg that didn't get a game. He's one of our aging goalkeepers, actually. 39 years old. We are going to have to look to move him along. He's still got another year left on his contract, so I'm not sure what he's going to be doing. But everybody else getting a few games, even a substitute, Bande and Kaber as well. Bande got 2 goals, actually. All the goals scored then. So it was Raspadori with 38 goals this season from 48 with 10 assists. That is really good. And Tadic as well, the 33-year-old. 17 goals, 10 assists. Tadic has got 5 years left on his contract. Wow, that's quite significant. I mean, as long as he's here, I guess, unless we can sell him for a decent amount and bring in somebody better and younger, maybe. But at the moment, 27 goals involvement, 33. He wants to carry on playing him. As long as he's keep producing, then we'll keep playing him. Anthony, 22-year-old. Whether or not we'll keep him this season is another matter. We'll see what sort of offers do come in for him. Bergwijn and Bergwijn getting some game time as well, scoring a few goals and assists. So speaking of assists, Raspadori, Tadic, again the top 2, phenomenal. Windle, Anthony, Timber getting a couple of assists as well from that. I'm assuming he played right back. Wonder what would happen if we actually played him in central defence. See how he would fare. But at the moment, he's excellent. He's got a couple of years left on his contract. So, I mean, we have got some younger players. Bergwijn, I'm hoping Bergwijn will take over that position of his eventually. Now being 30. Clarson as well, 29 years old. There's a lot of players, and Davey Blind as well, who's absolutely phenomenal. He's got another year left in his contract. We'll see if we can tie him down again. See if he can finish his career here. No plans to letting him go just yet, but if somebody comes in with a ridiculous amount of money, then I'm all open for it. Same amount of money. Okay, £23 million. We've got £97 million in the pot. That's ridiculous. We should be challenging for Europe. There's no doubt we're going to be in control of the Eredivisie for years to come. But it's Europe where we want to try and win a trophy. So, 23 million, 24 million. Do we sell some players? We'll try and bring some more in. I'm expecting some players to go. I don't know. But we'll see what happens. But we'll try and spend this money. We have got a little bit of wiggle room in the wages. But we'll see what happens. So, let's go and spend this. And we'll be back straight after the window. Right, just a couple of signings to talk about. We bring in Axel Tuanzebe to the defence back line. We needed somebody else at the back. We have got a couple of players that are aging. I mean, I'm going to keep putting it out there. And some of the younger players that we have got just don't quite match up just yet. I'll be interested to see if he plays alongside either Alvarez or Timber. I'm not sure whether Timber's actually going to be playing right back. So it may be a case that we might have to force the issue in this case. But Tuanzebe, he's 24 years old. He's still got a bit of potential left. He's very, very quick. His jumping reach isn't as great, and neither is heading. But I think he's quite intelligent enough to play the part. We bring him in from Man U. He was on loan to Toulouse last season. And £10 million. That's what it's cost us. £10 million to bring him from Manchester United. And as you can see, he's not played much game time. And here, he's already played a game or so. And I think he's going to do pretty well. The other signing that we made is Nedim Bajrami. He's going to be our cam position. He's going to be back up to Tadic. Tadic, we know he's still got a few years left in him. But he is 33 years old. And if Nedim can get a few games this season, all well and good. That's where I want him to play. And his potential when we saw him was a lot higher than that. So when we actually signed on the dotted line, it reduced. So we think we made a little bit of a blobby with this one. But we'll see how it goes. From Empoli, £14.5 million. Now, I didn't think I spent that much, though, to be fair. But together with that and Tuanzebe, we didn't have enough money, and I inadvertently went and tried to sign another goalkeeper, which we are very, very light now. Our two aging goalkeepers have now retired. They're both on the coaching staff, mind, but they have now retired, which leaves our youngsters in now. Had not bad season with Empoli's final season, Serie A, 4 goals, 6 assists. He did play 33 games, so hopefully he'll be taken under Tadic's wing and find his role in the club. If not, then we release him. It's just one of them things, unfortunately. If he doesn't fit in, then we'll pass him on. But I think he'll be pretty good. Very, very quick. Still, physicals look really nice. Mental's not too bad as well. He's not got bad passing either, and technique and work rate, and the sort of thing you want in the cam position. So really, £25 million spent here. Ignore the 52. For some reason, it's not picking it up into this season, so it seems slightly strange. It seems to be like I don't know what's gone on with it, really, to be fair. So there must be some sort of glitch. But either way, he's but £25 million spent. It's not an awful lot. We do say goodbye to a few people there. Brandes has gone out on free. And Axel Dongan has gone out on loan. And I think a couple of other players went on loan as well. But looking at our staff, we have got the best staff across everything. Now, when we've joined, we had nothing. We had nobody. So over the course of the season, we've managed to fill all these spaces in now. And we have got the best of the rest. And at the moment, Van der Sar is wanting to step down in his role, apparently. He's currently the managing director and I think he just wants to pass the baton on. But hopefully he's not going to do it while we're still in charge. So that could throw up everything in the air. We know how good he is. In goal, we have got Jay Gorta. He's going to be our number one goalkeeper for this season. He doesn't look too bad, actually, to be fair. Great, good punching tendencies. I mean, reflexes isn't too bad. One-on-one's not bad at all. Jumping reach is quite good. Can command the area. All the traits of a goalkeeper you would like. Already a few games played under his belt, so I'm quite happy with that. He played 5 games last season. He had 5 clean sheets. That's quite impressive. I didn't notice that. So hopefully he'll continue that. Pre-season has gone absolutely splendidly. We did. We got our 2 signings early doors, and we just went straight at it, and we've gone unbeaten. The Johan Cup again. We've just absolutely smashed it. We absolutely played Feyenoord off the park. Bergwijn, Raspadori, Tadic. I'm not going to show you all the goals because there's 8 of them. It'll take some time. But again, we retain that trophy. We start off against Excelsior with a 4-1 victory, 6-1 against Willem, and then Feyenoord somehow we only win 1-0. But it was away from home. That does leave us top of the table 3 for 3, just ahead on goal difference from PSV and Camber. But we do pick up Inter, Bayern Leverkusen and Lask in the Champions League. If we have a look at the season preview, 8-13, so we're looking even better. Timber, Alvarez, Blind, and that's the back 4. That's great. Tadic and Anthony, and that's the front. Clarson, and we don't know who the other 2 are. So we've virtually occupied 8 of the 11 spaces in that Dream 11. So let's go and simulate Season 2. And once again, we'll be right back. Well, we go on and win the Eredivisie once again. That's the 5th time on the bounce, 2nd in this rebuild. And, wow, 94 points. Quite some way off from PSV in 2nd. 31 wins, 1 draw, 2 losses. Who was them losses against? It was AZ and Camber, really? Wow, okay. We scored 112 goals, though. 27 conceded, not the least in the division. Feyenoord gets that mantle. But 85 goal difference. That is quite remarkable. Raspadori, 45 goals in a season. That's just insane. And Tadic as well, 19. He also gets 2nd best player in the league, just behind Raspadori. Wow. That is that's quite something. With a couple of assists from our lads as well. Tadic is again getting top billings. Twanzibi, most interceptions made. That is very, very nice indeed. Competition-wise, apart from winning the league, we get knocked out in the Champions League first knockout round once again, this time by Porto. And we lose in the semi-finals of the Dutch Cup once again, this time by FC20, who do not win the cup in the end. It was won by Camber. And there's a confirmation of that cup win we had at the beginning of the season. So once again, a domestic double. No European glory, no Dutch Cup glory. We're still trying to win that cup. I mean, I'm not sure when the last time we won it, really, to be fair. Let's have a quick look. The Dutch Cup was last won in 2021. So the 2 seasons we've done it, we haven't won it. Wow. So the league. Let's have a look then. So we're expecting long runs here. So a 6-1 against Willem as well there in August. 7-0 against Nijmegen, I think. 4-3 against Warwick. Some big scores again. Some tight ones as well. Upright as well. 5-2, 5-0 there. Couple of goals being scored. 6-0 Groningen. 5-0 Excelsior. Upright 5-2 hammer in there as well. FC20 we win 3-0. We can't beat them in the semi-final apparently. We lose our first game and first 2 games actually, one after the other. Late February, early March. That's disappointing. We must have had some injuries though. And then we go on to win some more games. PSV 5-0. So the Dutch Cup we beat Fortuna Sittard, Groningen and Feyenoord. But we lose out on penalties. And it was Raspadori that missed the penalty. So the Champions League, we get a few more wins this time round. So that should help our money situation as well. Lask we beat twice, 3-0 and 4-0. Inter we lose 3-1 at home, but we do win 3-2 away with goals from Raspadori and Kudus as well. 4-1 win over Bayern Leverkusen and a 3-1 win. That's amazing. And Porto, home form hasn't been really great, has it, really? 2-0 at home against Porto and then 2-1 away with Bergwijn getting the only goal in that tie, 4-1 on aggregate. Squad-wise, did everybody get a game? No, a couple of players that didn't get a game, Bandy and Maglian. I think we're going to have to move them along this season. They're worth a fair bit, about 5 million in total, I guess. So I guess we would have to move them. But Darame, he got a few starts with a goal and an assist. But let's have a look at goals, because already I can see Raspadori 57 goals in 47 games with 11 assists. That's just crazy at 23 years old. That's amazing. Tadic at 34, 23 goals, 19 assists. I mean, this guy is just amazing. 21 goals for Anthony as well, just as good. And 20 goals for Bergwijn as well. Other than that, nobody else has come close. Assists then, Tadic, Tagliafico, again 15 assists for him actually. Raspadori with 11, Anthony with 11 as well. Badrami as well, our new signing, he didn't do too bad actually. 6 goals, 9 assists in 29 games though, so that's not too bad for him as well. Hoping to be the replacement for Tadic eventually. Timber as well, getting 8 assists. He must be playing on the right hand side, has to be. Bergwijn with 20 goals and 7. Did Bergwijn 2 goals and an assist? I'm hoping he will take over Bergwijn at some point. He's now 31. I might lock Bergwijn in and see what happens in the next season. Financially, they're going to be giving us £33 million to spend, which doesn't seem an awful lot when you think we've got £116 million in the bank. We need more than that, boys. Come on, board, what are you doing? Right, okay, so Season 2's just been done, so let's go on to Season 3. Let's get our transfers in, and we'll come back once we've done them. So to kick off our transfers, Andre Anderson, 23-year-old attacking midfielder or midfielder, whichever position I would like to have him in there. Klaasen's getting into his 30s now, so we are going to have to think about replacing him as well as Tadic, who's playing remarkably at 34, 35 years old. So time is running out for them guys, unfortunately. So we're going to start bringing in some young blood. Anderson's that one person. And remarkably enough, it didn't cost us anything. A freebie. He had some very good loan spells at SPO in Brazil. 17 goals, 27 goals in 60, 70 games. That's not bad at all, with a quite good rating as well. He's not played a game for us just yet, though he did play a couple of pre-season. Physicals look really nice. He's got excellent flair, as you would expect from a Brazilian, and off the ball seems pretty good as well, together with his technique. Next up is a goalkeeper, and once again we pick up a goalkeeper which he did have a lot of potential. That's vanished, but look at his stats though. 19 jumping reach, 20 aerial reach. I'm expecting a lot of clean sheets here, or at least not conceding as many. He's got great strength shown as well. One-on-one's brilliant. Reflexes are even better. We bring him in for £8 million. He's conceded 3 and 3 actually with 1 clean sheet, but as long as he keeps it down, I don't mind. Our final signing is Josef Fofana, 24-year-old. Blind's getting a little bit older as well, so he's going to need replacing. And I think he'll do a good job either in midfield or as DM, whichever one takes his fancy. And we pick him up for £30 million, rising up to 35. So he was by far our most expensive signing. But I think he'll, from France, I think the transition will be quite decent. Physicals look absolutely phenomenal. Fitness, 16, wow. He's got great passing. Got good technique, tackling, very well rounded for that position there as a DM or a midfield actually, to be fair. We do however say goodbye to Bande. He's gone. He wasn't getting any game time, and to be perfectly honest, I mean he's played 9 games for his new club for 1.6 million. He scored 4 goals already. Wow. Maybe we should have been a little bit slower to let him go, but he's having a whale of a time in Japan. And another player that bites the dust is right back, 29-year-old Kleber. Again, I don't think he did get much game time, not an awful lot. And again, one of them players we identified that we don't really need. He's gone to Mexico, to Pachuca, £1.9 million. It still looks pretty decent. I'm not going to lie. Maybe we should have hung on to him for a little bit longer, but he looks okay. So with them transfers in the bag, pre-season's gone pretty decent, apart from the 2-2 draw against, I think that's Guangzhou City. 87th minute penalty from Tadic, helping us out there, despite going a goal 2-1 down in the 84th minute. But we do rack up some big scores. Liverpool included a 2-0 win. In fact, I'm going to actually see these goals. It's against Liverpool. We have to see it, right? I think it's pretty... I mean, 21 shots we racked up against Liverpool to their 14. 2.71 XG. Looks really, really good. But 2 goals. Tadic playing phenomenally again. He just doesn't give up at all. So the first goal, Tadic with the delivery. And it's a wonderful header right in between all of them. I'm assuming he's one of the youngsters having a bit of a game, and then Tadic taking the free kick. Deadly from set pieces, apparently, Tadic. Canberra will win 4-0 in the Super Cup once again, the Johan Cruyff, so we maintain that for a third time this save. Raspadori with a brace, Kudus and a Tadic once again. The league campaign starts off with goals galore, 4-1 against PSV. NEC, we thrash 7-0 with Raspadori getting a brace, actually. Anthony getting one, Tadic again. Bergwijn, he's getting on the score sheet as well. And the last game, 6-2 with Tadic on the score sheet once again. Raspadori with a hat-trick, as you would expect. This is our side that we are playing with. So Olafsson's in goal. Bergwijn, we are going to be playing on that left-hand side now. So hopefully he'll use this opportunity to show us what he's got. So that does leave us top of the table, 3 from 3, 17 goals, 14 goal difference, which is amazing. Heerenveen, goal difference of goals for 2. Wow, so a 0-0 and 1-0. Yeah, okay. The Canberra struggled a little bit with a defeat and a win. We have drawn Dortmund, Villarreal and Celtic in the Champions League pre-season. Must be top once again. 4-11, so the odds are getting better and better each season. Wow, Olafsson's in the Dream 11. Wow, okay, so one player out of that Dream 11. That isn't ours. We're going to get all 11 in that midfield, hopefully, soon. £49 million spent in the transfers, and 30 of that is ours. Wow. Okay, let's simulate Season 3. We'll come back when the results are in. Fingers crossed we can get a third title this save or a 6-1 on the bounce. Season 3 ends the same way. Season 1 and 2. We finished top of the table with only the one defeat this season, and that was against MN. Okay, so we didn't lose to our rivals. MN were bottom of the table with that one win against ourselves. That's humiliating, I'm not going to lie. 28 wins, 5 draws, 99 goals, not quite the 100 this season, 26 against, which is really good, especially for our new goalkeeper as well. That's the best least goals conceded for ourselves, at least anyway. Raspadori, 31 goals this season in league. Quite some way short of the 45 he got last season. Timber and Tadic, the best players in the league. Anthony with most chances created. And Twanzebe again with quite a lot of interceptions made. Champions League, well, that's a final between Liverpool and Barcelona. Not quite played yet, though. But we do win the Dutch Cup to go alongside our Johan Cruyff Cup as well. So the domestic treble has finally been won. And I'm more than happy with that. I would like to see how far we did get in the Champions League. 3 trophies this season. That's going to be quite decent. And we are starting to really get this team going now as we start to replace some of the older players. The league. How did we... what are the results like? So the results just kept coming in with some massive wins in it. Uchtrecht 5-2 battering. Go Ahead Eagles are 5-1 there. A 5-0 against Willem as well. The draw there, 0-0 against Feyenoord. Wow. Probably one of the few games we didn't score. There's a 0-0 down there against Canberra as well. PSV 2-2. Okay, so we're drawing against the bigger our rivals then. Big scores, not as much as they were last season. And look at that. Nearly an unbeaten season. The final game of the season, we lose 1-0. And that was in the 11th minute as well. And we couldn't get back into it. That's disappointing. So the Dutch Cup, we win on penalties in the end over Feyenoord. But we do overcome Heerenveen. RKC, a 6-0 against Willem. Sparta Rotterdam, 4-0 in the semi-final. Raspadori netting quite a few goals along the way. But a 0-0 and then winning it on the penalty shootout as well with Paslak and Toornstra missing the penalties for Feyenoord. So the Champions League, wow, look at that. That is a massive improvement. We get to the semi-finals only to get absolutely mauled by Barcelona. That's a really, really good run, that is. I think for the first time we've actually managed to stake to claim in the Champions League and probably worried a few teams. So in the group stages, how did we do? Celtic we beat and drew. Dortmund we won and drew, and we won and drew against Villarreal. 2 wins at home, that's even better. We do finish top of the league, 3 wins, 3 draws, 12 points, 4 points ahead of Dortmund, who go through as well. We played Porto in the first knockout round, winning 4-0 on aggregate. Atletico Madrid, we win 4-2 overall with 3-1 win at home through Tadic, Raspadori and Kudos. But yeah, the 5-0 loss. Lewandowski, 3 goals. And Araujo, 2 goals. And then at home, we don't go ahead. We were literally 7-0 down at this point. Rafa scoring both goals for Barcelona before Kudos gets us back into the game. Did everybody get a game? There's quite a few players that didn't get a game, actually. Axel van Drogen, he's a youngster that came through the ranks. And Gorta didn't play at all. And Magellan, he didn't play. I'm hoping to offload him this season. Raspadori, top goal scorer, 47 from 52. But 10 assists, that's pretty decent. Tadic at the age of 35. He looks good. 23 goals, 14 assists. I mean, how long can he keep going for? Because they just look phenomenal. He's still got another 3 years left on his contract. He's just absolutely fantastic, isn't he? Anthony at 24th, 19 goals, 13 assists. Bergwijn, 17 goals, 15 assists. That's brilliant. What about Bergwijn? Need him as well. He didn't do too bad for Fana, 6 and 6. That's not bad. Bergwijn, there he is, 6 and 6. So he didn't get as much game time, but he did come on and sub quite a few times. Klaassen getting a few games. Timber, 1 and 11 assists. That's pretty good. So speaking of assists then, Bergwijn, Tadic, Anthony, Timber and Raspadori and Tagliafico all getting double figures in assists. Brilliant. Right through the whole team as well. That is absolutely fantastic. I'm really, really chuffed with that as well. How did our goalkeeper do? So he did, Olafsson, he did quite well. So let's have a look, see how well he did do then. It's 15 assists, 26 goals he conceded in the league. That's good. That is really, really good. And 15 clean sheets. I mean, that's fantastic. 45 and 52, 23 clean sheets overall. £44 million. Obviously, identifying that we have got a few aging players now. So we're going to have a look at replacing some of them, maybe selling them on or keep them going. Tadic has got the legs, so I wonder whether we try and keep him for as long as possible or we trade him in for a younger version. We'll see. But 44 million. We've got £164 million in the bank. I wonder if I can make a board request for next season. Increase next season's budget. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do that. So £44 million worth of transfers coming right up. Right, we had a fair bit of money to spend. So what a better way to start spending than sort of replacing or getting backups ready for when your older players leave. Thiago Almada comes in. He can play on the left hand side, the right hand side and attacking midfielder. That's generally where we want him to play. I want him to take over the Tadic role. 23 years old and look at them stats. If we do a quick comparison between him and Tadic, there shouldn't be much in there if it allows me. So Tadic in the orange, as you can see, Thiago is slightly better, not much more, but slightly better, especially in the physical part, the defending, the speed, the attacking. Okay, it really is not so, but that doesn't really matter too much. But I think we've made a very, very good decision here. With another season to go as well, I think he'll settle in quite quickly this season, hopefully, and be able to just take over the mantle. We pick him up from Atlanta, from the USA and the MLS, and 3 games already for us, 2 assists, 7.13. He's had reasonably good seasons in the US. Hopefully, he'll carry this forward with his £15 million price tag to the Dutch league. Also, we bring in a defender. Daley Blind apparently has been playing in defence occasionally, so between him and Alvarez alongside Twanzebe. So we're going to bring in Sotalo, a 24-year-old. We tried to move Daley Blind along. Nobody wanted him, so we ended up extending his contract for another year or 2. Bizarre, but I think he's going to end up finishing his career here. But Josep Sotalo, I think he's a very, very good find. I mean, great heading, good jumping as well. And we pick him up from Dinamo in Croatia. £7.5 million, 7.6 at the back already. I just can't wait to see what we do this season with some of these players that are coming in. But I'm really excited here. Another player we bring in, not so much as a replacement, but as a backup. I realise we haven't got any backup to Raspadori up front. So Sergio Camelo comes in. He's an out-and-out striker. He's just going to be sitting as backup. Played a couple of games for our reserves just to get some fitness back. 3 goals already. He hasn't played for us as yet, but £6 million to £8 million price tag. It's not a lot of money at all not to have as a backup, and that's exactly what we wanted at just 25 grand a week. I think we have quite a good bargain if Raspadori gets injured at any point. And a final sign-in is Oscar Minguiza, a right back. Now you're probably thinking, well, Timber plays there. Well, not this season. We are going to change things around a little bit, mainly just to force some of the older players not to play. Bring some of these youth players through. But Oscar, he is costing quite a fair bit of money though, 145 grand a week. And we did pay a fair whack as well, £17.5 million from Juventus, who make a bit of a loss on him. He's not had too bad a seasons, but he's originally from Barcelona. He's not really played that much. Out the door goes Steven Berghuis, the 32-year-old. We had to start releasing just to give some of our youngsters a tryout as well, and try and get some money back on some of these players as well, so we can bring some more youth players in, even if it's to sell them on later on. 21 goals in the league for us in 72 appearances. He's gone for 7.25 million to Leipzig, so he's played a game there already, but he's played reasonably well for us for the last few seasons. I'm sorry to see him go, but we got Bergwijn, and with him staying here, it's stifling their the growth of the younger players. Another player that we let go is Davey Clarson. He's gone. The 31-year-old has gone to Monterrey. Still very good though. I'm sorry to see him go, to be perfectly honest, but once more, by staying here, he's stifling the growth of the younger players. Fofana, for instance, and some of the other ones as well. So if we don't start moving them on, they'll be here right to the retire, and we'll have no backups because they won't want to stay. But 20 goals in 98 league appearances for ourselves. Not bad at all. £7.5 million, and off he goes. So the formation, or the plays that we're going to be using, we're going to use our triangle 3 at the back. So Timber's going to come inside into the centre-back role. Sutalo's going to play alongside him. There's no room for Twanzebe, unfortunately, so he will be a backup. Alvarez is going to play in the DM role, and this position here, we're not sure who's going to be playing that. I did see Daley Blind. Of course he was. Yeah, he's just remarkable, Daley Blind. He can play anywhere, but I'm hoping Fofana will take that role, or Wrench, unless he plays at left back. But Raspadori is going to stay up front. Why would you not have him up front? He's just a goal machine. 9 goals in 4 games already. Fixtures already played. We've got a 100% record. We win the Super Cup once again. Feyenoord, the casualties. Raspadori, hat-trick with Anthony scoring the other one. And it's just one of them yearly things where we like to go and see the goals as well. Once more, possession and shots and everything else, we're just right on top of our game. So we nick the ball on the edge of the box, and Tadic with the lovely ball over the top to Raspadori. It's just straightforward. A goal, that one. We're just dominating the Dutch league. We just want to try and dominate Europe now. That's where we want to go. Fofana with a lovely pass into the Raspadori, who feeds in Anthony, and Anthony just carries on running and just slots in off the post. So lovely finish. With the younger players now playing in here, it does. It will help their development as well, and possibly increase the values. Raspadori with a fantastic smash of the foot there, just hits it well against the ball. And Anthony once more, he's really coming into his own now. Anthony getting a lot of game time. Raspadori just seems to pop the ball from anywhere. I mean, look at that turn and 360 turn and smashing the back of the net. Wonderful stuff. But a 4-0 drubbing of Feyenoord. The league campaign starts off well against Heerenveen with a 7-0 drubbing. Raspadori and Tadic getting hat-tricks. PSV gets smashed 3-0 and Willem 3-0 as well. Top of the table as you would expect. I don't think we've conceded a goal yet, so it appears so. No goals conceded just yet, so we'll see how far that goes. We've drawn Juventus, Salzburg and Ferencváros, I think it is. Are they Turkish? Hungarian actually. Wow, okay. So I would expect us to get out of that group and hopefully go one step further than we did last season. Confirmation of the Johan Cruyff and the Dutch Cup is yet to go. So let's have a look at our odds now. I mean, they must be pretty decent. 4-11 again. I mean, we're some way ahead of everybody else. And it's only Feyenoord that have reached the Champions League as well. Everybody in the dream team, apart from the goalkeeper and Veerman. Camelo instead of Raspadori. Wow. Maybe we should be playing him as well. That could be quite interesting. With Season 4 just moments away, we shall go ahead and simulate this. We'll come back with the results. And fingers crossed, we've got some more silverware. Season 4 goes the same way as 1, 2 and 3. We're top of the table once again. And we have conceded a lot less goals. 96 goals for, 14 goals against. That's phenomenal. That's almost half what we conceded last season, and that was a good season. 28 wins, 4 draws, 2 losses. Who did we lose against? It was against AZ and Utrecht as well, both away from home, and we both didn't score in them games either. So disappointing, but nice cushion as well. 13 points. Raspadori, leading goal scorer with Tadic right behind him. Tadic is still going strong. I mean, this guy is just absolutely amazing. He's starting to go down a little bit now, worth £8 million, but at 36 years old, he's still got it. He's still got another couple of seasons left. I'm just wondering whether now will be the time to let him go, let some of the youngsters come through. I just don't know what to do. Is he playing less and less? Well, he is slightly. And he's scoring more. He's playing less, scoring more. That's crazy. Easily his best season to date, this one. Champions League, unfortunately, though, we get knocked out in the first round again. This time by Bayern Munich. But we do win the Dutch Cup for a second time on the bounce. We've gone and done the treble once again. Twice on the bounce. So the league... results. We lose earlier on in the season in October, but other than that, we smash everybody's goal. We beat 6-2. It's a 4-0 win over Excelsior. Lots of 3s and 4s. A lot of clean sheets. There's been a time where we have gone through without even conceding a goal for a long time as well. 6-1 against Excelsior there again. Sparta Rotterdam. FC Eindhoven 20. I mean, teams are just coming in our way and just getting brushed aside. Utrecht did quite well against us, taking 3 points off us this season. But other than that, it's been pretty decent. And once again, we lose our final game of the season. The Dutch Cup then, we play Zwolle. We beat them 1-0. PSV 3-0. AZ 4-0. Fortuna Sittard 4-0. With Raspadori scoring in, I was going to say in each round, but he hasn't done. Almada's been scoring, so he's been playing in Timber as well. Tadic just can't stop the guy from scoring. He also scores in the final with Kudus as well. But a fine 2-1 victory over Groningen as well. So a penalty to start off proceedings. It's a lovely goal though, right in the corner. And then Anthony coming forward in the 54th minute, 55th minute. And then Fofana into the middle to Kudus, who lets fly from distance. That is a phenomenal goal. Absolutely brilliant. Well worthy of a trophy at the end of it. And Groningen coming right at the a few minutes later actually, to half the deficit. Abraham coming in and curling it round the goalkeeper, which was a very nice finish indeed. So the Champions League, where's it gone wrong again? So we get past the group stage by beating Ferencvaros, Salzburg, Juventus. We smashed 4-0 with Anthony Raspadori with the brace and Nedim as well. Then we lose to Juventus and Salzburg, but we beat the Hungarian side at the end as well. Another 4-0 victory. We do come up against Bayern Munich though, unfortunately. A 2-2 draw at home, of which we do get a 77th minute Kudus penalty to equal the tie. But a 3-2 loss away from home. We were 3-1 down. We get back to 3-2 through Anthony, but we just can't find that extra goal. The extra goal probably would have got us through, maybe. I don't know if the away goal rules counts at this point, but it's very close though. We gave a good account of ourselves. We got to the semi-finals before. We have to do it again. But again, we're getting through the group stages of Europe, so we must be putting our reputation further up the field now, surely. So squad-wise, you all want to know how many Raspadori has scored. Only 44. But look at Tadic at 36 years old. 31 goals this season and 23 from Anthony as well. We're talking 40, 70, 90, 98 goals between the three of them this season with assists on top. I mean, that's just absolutely crazy. That's phenomenal. I mean, how can you let go of Tadic now, really? You can't. He's got another couple of seasons to go. I mean, probably at retirement age at some point. It's just like the Serbian Ronaldo. Still going strong at the latter stages of his career. A couple of other goals right through the whole team as well. Not many, but assist-wise, a few people getting double figures with Anthony. Almada, not bad in his first season as well. Going into the final season of this rebuild then. Transfers we need to look at. People to let go. Tagliafico, maybe we release him at £36 million. It would be nice to get that amount of money for him. I just don't know. But finances, £40 million to spend once again. £167 million in the bank. We're pretty healthy. That's for sure. I'm about just over £200,000 a week in wages also. So let's go and spend some of this money, if not all of it. And then we'll come back and we'll show you what we've done. Right, before we start on to the transfers in, we're going to say goodbye to a few people. Daley Blind has now left at the grand old age of 35. He's gone to Porto for just over £500,000. I'm disappointed that's how much he went for, but it wasn't worth much towards the end anyway, and we needed some of the older generation to go in order to let some of the youngsters come through. Windle has also gone. He's gone to Shakhtar, I think it was, £6.25 million. He didn't really get much game time in the last couple of seasons. He's played all right. He's playing all right for Shakhtar at the moment after 5 games, so I'm quite happy for him there. But again, not much game time. Another player we had to let go. But unfortunately, he's 25 years old, so we could have hung on to him a little bit longer. But like I say, not much game time. Darami is another player that's gone, a left winger or a forward or a right winger. He's gone to Salzburg and he went for the grand total of £4.6 million. Again, no game time at all, so it's not right to keep him here. And he's only 23 years old. I'm sure he'll do a good job over there for them. Andre Anderson is another player that's gone, a 25-year-old. Again, not much game time. He was moaning a little bit. And as you can see, the last few years, he's not really played or featured much. We brought him into the midfield or a cam. And yeah, he didn't really feature at all, did he, unfortunately. But to hold him back when we've got better players in the team, it's not right. So with those players out, we bring in our first signing, Nicholas Raskin. He's going to be in midfield. He looks pretty decent, actually. 24-year-old Belgium. £13 million from Standard Liège, I think that is. I'm guessing it is. Pretty decent last couple of seasons, actually. Quite a few assists as well. Hopefully he was going to bring this into the side also. But again, 24 years old, young blood. We need these players in here. And Daley Blind can play either one of them roles. And I thought we'd get a younger version in that could grow into his role. And he's literally almost there, I feel. Next up is Salvatore Esposito. Again, a DM or a midfielder. 24 years old once more, an Italian. And I think he's going to do a fantastic job as well. We're just getting younger players in just to replace the older generation. And £11 million 3 games already for us. He's played quite well for Spal. Pretty good for the last 4 seasons, actually. And I think that's pretty decent. Somebody in midfield as well. Our spending goes up a little bit more. Left winger, anywhere in the attacking half, I feel this young man is. 22 years old, attacking midfielder, fairly determined. Lucas Cacavenda, I think, or Casavenda. Very, very good physically. That's really good. And we pick him up from Man City. £27 million though, but a pretty good season out on loan with FLA. 5 goals, 9 assists. Didn't do too bad when he played for Lokomotiva in Croatia either. He didn't get any game time with Man City despite being bought for 2.7 million. But I guess they buy these younger players hoping to sell them on later on to other teams without even having to play them, which seems wrong. But we've been suckered into it. Finally, we bring in a left back, Mitchell Bakker. Dutch player. We thought we'd go homegrown, and he was quite decent, quite good potential on him initially. I'm not sure where that's vanished to, but £20 million. I think we paid up to 30, 25 million, 24 million pound from Bayern Leverkusen. Was at PSG. We initially did have him, so he's come back home. So that's kind of nice. He's played a couple of games and assists, 7.25. I think he's going to stay here for the duration of his career now. I think 29, another 4 years, be 29. Yeah, well, as long as he plays well, I think he'll do pretty good. And with losing a few players as well, we've had to replace. And also, I forgot to mention, 33-year-old Tagliafico has gone. He's left the building. I mean, I feel like I'm all over the place with these transfers at the moment. There's so much going on with it being the last season. And again, another older player that we have let go. We shouldn't have let him go, I don't think. But that's why we got Bakker in instead. Or we brought him back. £20 million. He's gone to Mexico, to Tigres. And I mean, he's been a very, very good servant to Ajax. Our pre-season tour to China has gone very, very well without conceding a goal as well. We do draw to Lazio and Real San Sebastian, and then we start the Johan Cruyff Super Cup. We'll show you the goals in this game as well. I mean, again, another dominant display in this rebuild. 5 years, 5 retainments of this trophy. So let's have a quick look at the goals. Anthony getting 2, Esposito getting 1 as well, probably on his a competitive debut as well, so we'll have a quick look at them. PSV only managed 1 shot on target the whole game. I mean, that is just crazy and just a testament to how well these players have matched up. And Ante with a lovely header from one side of the goal to the other. In fact, probably across the goalkeeper. We didn't even really look at it. But as we're building up attack once more, right through the middle, Tadic this time. Does he play it back? He does, and Anthony's there again. Wonderful stuff. I wonder if he's actually playing in the centre, Anthony. But he's played quite well. But Timber is on the right-hand side. Obviously playing right back. Kudus, again, some more game time. Esposito from the... Wow, I don't know, 30, 35 yards back. That's phenomenal. That is a pretty decent goal. Camber, we smash 5-2. Vitesse, 4-0. Raspadori. Anthony with another brace there. And Groningen as well with Raspadori. Right, okay, he's starting to score goals now. So Axel Twanzipi's played and scored as well. Amazing. That should leave us top of the table, which it does. 3 for 3, along with PSV as well. VVV Venlo right behind. FC Eindhoven 20. Feyenoord are in 6th position. But we have drawn Atletico Madrid, Monaco, and Slavia Prague as well. Can we retain the Dutch Cup again, as we have done the Johan Cruyff? But let's go for a treble and hopefully fare better in Europe as well. Where does that leave us in the preview? Probably top ones, but 1 to 3 this time. And have we, apart from the goalkeeper, have we got the Dream 11? I think we have. And have we got the Dream 11? Apart from the goalkeeper this time. That's disappointing. We almost did it. We almost did it. Right, okay, let's simulate for the final time Season 5. And we'll be straight back to go over the results. And would you just have a look at that? It's our 5th title on the bounce, or it could be a 7th on the bounce actually, but 5th on the bounce in this rebuild, and we go unbeaten. We do an Invincibles in the domestic league. That is, I'm winning 33 from the 34 games. That's phenomenal. I think that's the best. And the early point we dropped, or the points we dropped, was 0-0 against PSV, who finished 4th. How disappointing is that? Oh my word. I can't believe we've managed to go on Invincibles, which is, I think it's the second time I've actually ever done that in any FM, actually, to be fair. But 118 goals, where we smashed AZ, 20, Heracles and Willem, with 10 goals from them guys. Raspadori, 26 goals. Tadic, 21 this time, so he doesn't finish second. Tadic, Almada and Twanzebe, the best players in the league. In fact, it's majority of our players. We get 4, 5, 6 in the top 8 that are the best players. Raspadori, surprisingly, 7.32. But Tadic, I believe, is retiring at the end of this season. So we can't offload him even if we wanted to. So we did. So no doubt he'll come on to staff anyway. But Tadic also gets top assists. Alvarez, most cross completion, 44%. That's pretty decent as well. We get the most goals in the league, nearly by double. Chances created. We conceded. Secondly, PSV did concede 24, 2 less than ourselves. And average possession is only 57, which I'm quite surprised at, I'm not going to lie. Moving on to the competitions, and we do win the domestic treble once again for the 3rd year on the trot. So a complete domestic Invincibles. Wow, I'm just trying to take that in. That is damn good. Really is. We dominated Holland, which we would expect to, but not in this sense. Wow, and the Champions League, we get knocked out by Barcelona in the quarterfinals, which was eventually won by Liverpool. So let's have a look. Where did this draw appear? End of January. That sucks. A lot of big scores going through 4s and 5s and 6s. 7-1 of Heracles, 6-0 of MN. Remember MN who beat us in that one game loss of the season? At the end of the season, we smashed them this time. I don't think they beat us after that, obviously. 7-1 against AZ there. Rotterdam smashing them as well. Yeah, disappointing about that, I have to say. We beat PSV 1-0 at home, though, so it was quite a tough tie or a tough game to play against. But Canberra 3-1s, a few tight games, Uthrai and Zool and MN. Again, just the 1-0 this time. Wow. It's a couple 7-0 against FC20. I mean, we get Anthony with a hat-trick there and Nadim Bajrami getting a brace. That's pretty decent, just that one draw. I shouldn't be disappointed, but I am, ever so slightly. Wow, what a season. The Dutch Cup then, we beat AZ 3-1, 3-0 against Helmand, VV Venlo 3-1, Feyenoord 5-2, and we play Excelsior in the final. We beat them 6-0. Let's go and have a look for the final time, some of the goals, or all of the goals in this case. But 25 shots to their 7, 13 on target, and we score 6. It's just absolutely phenomenal. Unbeatable across all domestics. That is... what a finish! Anthony's left foot. Wow! That is the goal of dreams to start off the avalanche of goals. And Kudos with a great header there. Looping over and across the goalkeeper. Esposito getting a lot of game time there. We'll have a look at the squad in just a second. But Anthony all on his own. Suspicions of offside. Near post. The goalkeeper's got to be asked a few questions there. He just did not close him down again. And does the same happen again, or did he play it across? He tried to skim it in. But Anthony once again. And Kukavenda. It's a great header once again. What's that? 5-0 now? So corner ball. Is it all in the first half as well? It's a great header. This is after half an hour. 5 or 6-0 after half an hour. Okay, so we do get one goal towards the end then by looks of things. Anthony over to Twanzebe, who plays it back into Anthony to finish his hat-trick off. It's all the near post apart from that first goal, which was delightful. So the Champions League. So a couple of losses in Europe then. Monaco and Atletico Madrid just by the odd goal. But we do beat Slavia Prague twice. We do beat Monaco once as well and draw with Atletico, which left us second in the table, which isn't too bad. Play Juventus in the first knockout round, not quarters. 1-1. We do get a Tadic penalty to draw the tie level, and then the 4-3 victory at Juventus despite a late goal from Zapata. But we get a goal from Tadic, Antony, Fofana and Raspadori in the 78th minute. But to get to Barcelona, 2-2, a 90th minute equaliser from Lewandowski levelled the tie. And then it was a 103rd minute winner from Barcelona from Pedri, despite us having 2 late goals in the last 10 minutes to draw the tie into extra time. We just couldn't finish it off. We are doing well in Europe. So, something I have not looked at before, but I am going to have a look at now. So if we go into the world mappings or whatever it is, into Europe, I believe, rankings, and if we go to club coefficients, we're lying in 11th with the big boys. Juventus are below us, Porto, Leicester, Arsenal, Inter, Villarreal. So our coefficient for Holland, for Ajax even, is looking pretty good. And we're chasing down the barrel of the guys ahead of us if we put it in actual order. We've only got Leicester above us, Arsenal we're chasing down, Inter, Bayern Munich. I mean, we're not that far off. We've done very, very well in Europe. Looking at the squad for the final time. Everybody play a game apart from Axel van Dongen. I'm assuming he will get some game time now, mainly because Tadic is retiring at the end of this season. So he could get some game time. Bergwijn as well, unless we get somebody else in on that left-hand side. But Eric Post managed to get a game on a sub. Who are you? Apparently you're superb and you look really good. Wow. Some youngsters are coming in and they're looking really good. An opportunity to replace Antony, but not just yet. Goals-wise, 36 from Raspadori, which he ends this 5-year rebuild with 164 goals in the league from 168 appearances, and we bought him for £27 million. It seems like an absolute steal now. What's he worth? 87. I'm sure he could be worth a lot more than that. 29 goals from Tadic, 23 from Almada, 21 from Antony. So already 3, 4, 5 players reaching double figures, and Cacavanga as well with 13 and 10 assists. I mean, it's 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 100 and nearly 120 goals between the 5 of them. That's phenomenal. You don't need anybody else scoring. Fofana with 7 goals. Alvarez, everybody getting the games and goals. I mean, nearly almost right through the whole team as well. Assist-wise, Tadic, we are going to be missing that next season. Almada, it looks very good to replace him as well. 10 assists from Cacavenda. We've also got Bakker as well, back in his first season. And Antony with 10 assists as well. Fofana 9. Wrench with 7. I mean, everybody's getting involved and doing something in it. I don't think there's anybody below £1 million value in this team, apart from Univar, who's 22 years old and he's just started playing. Again, another left-sided midfielder, and he looks pretty good actually. So he's going to get some game time. Potential still looks good. And he's been with us for quite a while, and we've not really used him. He was out on loan to FC20, played for the second team last season, or this season, mind, and smashed in 38 goals from 35, 38 and 35, yeah. That's superb. That's what we want from our youngsters, at least anyway. If you're going to get into the first team, you've got to stand out. So we're going to end this rebuild here. Thank you very much for watching. For those that have watched right to the very end, I really do appreciate it. If you did enjoy that, smash that like button. It'll help the channel a lot with the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so as well. Share the video as well for any of you Dutch fans out there and just interested in seeing what would happen with Ajax. And the Eredivisie has now been won 40 times. And don't think it includes this one. So 41 times. That's superb. The Dutch Cup as well. I mean, we've done the treble 3 times on the bounce now, which is amazing. Just out of interest, 2019, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 seasons on the bounce. We have won this Eredivisie. I mean, it's just phenomenal. It really is. It hasn't included this season. But before that, we haven't won it for 4 years. That's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Right, so if you guys do decide to take this challenge on 5 years, can you win as many trophies as we have done? Can you dominate Holland in the end? And can you get a European trophy? Let me know down in the comments if you do manage to do it. And until the next rebuild, thank you very much for watching.